So, what is Wicca? That's what I want to make this video about. So Wicca, if you don't know, is a religion of faith that's founded on neo-paganism. So it's kind of more modern collection of all of the old religions, like predate Christianity or are like pagan, non-Abrahamic. So I wanted to make this video because like Wicca isn't a very popular thing. When people just don't know about something, when it's like secluded to this minority group, when this knowledge is only held by like a minority group, like a lot of times people they make stereotypes, rumors, hearsay, or yeah, they stereotype those people, or they just don't know things because they're they're closed off to it because you just don't know what it is. And it leads to stupid things like when I decided to be Wiccan and I did things like I posted a pentacle to my door. That's this is a pentacle, the 5-pointed star with the circle around it. See, this is one of the first important things you should learn. A symbol of Wicca, pretty popular symbol, is 5-pointed star called a pentagram, but when it has a circle around it, it's called a pentacle. People wear it to represent like protection and unity, and a circle is the way the world works, we say, because like especially something I do in Tai Chi and pretty much I'm not sure if it's all martial arts, but a lot of martial arts, they kind of have all of Chinese holistic stuff. They realize that like circles are kind of the way energy works, and that's best for the body. Like circular movements are the most like beneficial for health. So yeah, there's the pentacle, 5-pointed star represents 5 keep showing up. Like you have 5 fingers on your chin, 5 toes, the foot, 5 limbs, head, 2 arms, 2 legs. We identify 5 senses. There are actually a lot more than that, but 5 that are easily identified by most people. 5 they say there's 5 seasons, especially in like qigong. There's spring posture, summer, autumn, winter, and thumb represents like Mother Earth. So that's why we do in Tai Chi form. There's a lot of parrot beaks, which is like all 4 fingers touching Mother Earth, because all the seasons go around and circle, and yeah. Because that's why I wanted to make this video, because at least when I posted the pentacle to my door, these misunderstandings lead to stupid things like my sister was like, don't sell your soul to the devil, or like she asked me if I was wicked, and I said yes, and she was like, do you put curses on people? And I said no, like we don't do that. I guess it matters what you mean by curse. So yeah, just because you're Wiccan doesn't mean you practice witchcraft, or the religion and witchcraft are separate. Like you can be any religion and do the craft, the witchcraft. You can be atheist and do the craft. You can be Jewish, do the craft. You can be Hindu, do the craft. Christian, do witchcraft. And the thing about witchcraft is it's not necessarily malevolent. It's like there's white magic and there's dark magic, and there's just usually when people are talking about like black magic, dark magic, they're talking about, like, there's yin and yang magic. Yin's to, like, bring about positive change, I think. Mostly, like, love spells and spells for, like, prosperity or happiness or whatever. Good things. And then, I guess the yang energy is, like, for control of something. So, like, if you were trying to control the weather, it's like that'd be black magic, I guess, or I don't know. You can do your own research. So, yeah, like, reason I wanted to make this video, like, my sister, when I started to get into it, she was like, "Are you talking about the Wiccan shit or what?" She doesn't. You didn't even do your research. You don't even know what it is. So how can you expect to, like, make valid opinions of something without doing any research or anything? What? Bye. Sorry, that was my sister. Yeah, when you don't do research on something, when you don't grow up with it, you can't formulate, like, opinions or conclusions about it, because then you don't have any experience. You don't know what something is. And, yeah, so I wanna try to communicate this, what Wicca is, so people, like, are actually, they have knowledge and stuff. So what it is, it does not believe in the devil. The devil does not exist in pagan religions, and it's a neo-paganism, so neo means new, and paganism is paganism, not believing in, like, one doesn't believe in a hell, or, doesn't believe in the devil, it's, non-Abrahamic, so it's, like, predating Christianity or not. It's before it doesn't begin with Abraham, or there isn't really a story of, like, how humans came about or anything. I think all Wicca really has, that's, like, common for all Wiccans, I think, is, we followed the Wiccan Read, which is our only document it's short, it's, kind of like a poem thing where, so there are only, like, 2 rules. One is, if it harm none, do it thou wilt. So, I guess it's saying there are no rules, just remember that everything has a consequence. A lot of magical practitioners, you'll hear common slogans like, "Do what thou wilt" shall be the whole of the law, which, the rule for that is, like, it can't interfere with someone else's will. So, yeah. And the other rule that we can follow is the rule of 3, which is, so whatever you do, like, if you send out negative or positive energy into the world, they'll come back to you 3 times as strong, which kind of relates to, like, karma. Like, so I guess we believe in karma, and, so Wicca is very much, I guess, relating to the old world. It's like, yeah, that's what paganism is, and, it is nature worship, so it's like wanting everything to be natural and not with all this, modern stuff that humans aren't really supposed to do. Like, I think back in, 100 years ago, what humans mostly did was probably, like, walk. So it's like, you aren't really gonna get a human experience unless you actually live like a human's supposed to live. I mean, they got exercise a lot. like diabetes and obesity, like those things were unheard of back in the before time, like maybe Neolithic or yeah. So when magic was first coming into existence was back in back in the Neolithic when humans really believed stuff. Uh, and the thing about how witchcraft gets a bad rap is because before like medical science and before the Middle Ages, there was this um there were these women designated to be the midwife, the person that would help women give birth, before medical science. So they learned about all this stuff like the healing properties of different herbs to like help women give birth. But then when Christianity started making a rise and there was the Middle Ages, scientific repression, people stopped looking at that, and there was one family for every village that was designated to produce the midwife. So then all the men in the Catholic Church, Christian Church, Middle Ages, or maybe it wasn't even men, just all the other people that weren't the midwife, they feared her because she knew a lot of stuff. And they were like, we don't know it, we don't understand it, and I don't understand it, and I have to keep my kids from understanding it. Because, oh no, what if I learn something that's terrible or whatever? So, I guess another thing I want to say, this is mostly my opinion of it, like what I do, because I think that the religion Wicca is very, very individualistic, or even choose to be like an individual solitary practitioner or whatever, or you can do it in a coven group. So it's very individual, just because what's magic is what you think is magic, whatever works for you, whatever you believe in. So I guess like common magic things are yoga is magic, definitely, or like yoga and all martial arts they're forms of alchemy, actually. Like it doesn't appear it on the outside, but once you actually start doing research about it, then you learn all this stuff and find out what actually is. Like Tai Chi. Normally you'd think it's just this weird exercise thing that like old people do and it's just for old people, but no, once you actually get into it, you realize, no, it's a martial art. No, it's turned into an internal art, but still a martial art. Like, because it all started when Mao in the Chinese Cultural Revolution, Chancellor Mao wanted to get rid of all the old cultural stuff that looked like threatening, because he saw Tai Chi as a threat, because back then I guess it was practiced more as a martial art, but I mean, it can still be practiced as a martial art, just most people do it slowly. Because, so, during the Cultural Revolution, the Tai Chi masters were practicing in the streets. Mao saw it as a threat, so he wanted to either he killed the Tai Chi masters who were practicing, or he killed their families, or threatened to kill their families. Like, if you keep doing this, I'm gonna kill all your relatives. Or they were put in prison, or they had to flee to, I think it's Tibet, or might be Taiwan. They fled somewhere to get away from the oppression, the persecution. So they got together and were like, "How are we gonna do this without anyone to kill us? Like, wait, let's do it slowly, so it doesn't look as martial." So yeah, now it looks a lot different, but I mean, I guess all of what Wicca is saying is looks can be deceiving, or like question everything. because, when you just look at something, like, unless you actually experience it, you're not going to learn it. Like, experiential learning is the best way to learn things, or to actually know what is. So, something else I want to say about martial arts. I don't know if, like, all Wiccans follow martial arts, but we do, like, there are those postures that we do to recognize the changing energies of the seasons. Like, I think the yin energy is, I think when we're going into autumn, it's like extreme yang energy turning into yin energy. And autumn into winters, so weak yin energy turning into extreme yin energy, and like winter into spring is the extreme yin energy turning into weak yang energy, and spring and summer is weak yang turning into extreme yang. And yeah, so it's like the year, the way the seasons work kind of represents, does have correlation with the way the human psyche works and everything. So part of what magic is you have to be mindful of the like seasons and their planetary correspondences, and so different times of day, different times of the week are best for different kinds of spells or rituals or whatever. So we don't know if all Wiccans do martial arts, but like I'm sure not all of them do, but I don't know how much of what martial arts is relates to like what Wicca is. But I mean, I did talk to this Wiccan high priestess once. She did say that she does a lot of martial arts like Aikido, and she was impressed that I said I do Tai Chi and Qigong and stuff, like, because I mean, they do revere this like energy work thing. The whole, guess that's what all martial arts is, like, it's energy work, and what yoga is, it's energy work. And I think energy work can really go into a lot of things, like interpretive dance could be energy work, or hula as energy work. I'm gonna try that. Or but acting, like improv acting, is energy work. Or there are lots of forms of energy work. Painting is energy work. Origami is energy work. You're exerting your energy. Like, I think all art really is energy work, because you're exerting your energy onto that, like, medium or canvas or whatever. So yeah, energy work. We do a lot of energy work. Like, push hands is another form of energy work. It's like realizing that everything is just energy. So yeah, they say do a lot of energy work. Another thing I want to talk about is, I guess, because I'm Wiccan, I make these. See, I'll open them. I guess if I wasn't Wiccan, I would never even make these at all, but these are called soul cakes. See, they're like round cookie-ish things, or they're sort of like bread cakes or bread cookies. Or I actually I make mine with pumpkin because I like pumpkin. And, I guess that's sort of what the whole neo-paganism thing is, like realizing that these cultural norms, or you don't have to do things just like the recipe says. You just do it like how you like it, how it's to taste. Like, a lot of things are done to taste. these are soul cakes, and it's what people gave out for Halloween in Middle Ages. Before then, so like bread cookies, they're supposed to be offerings for the evil spirits at that time. Yeah, so soul cakes are actually, I think they're a Christian tradition, but I mean, it's all the same. Like, when I look at soul cakes, they remind me a lot of like latkes, like, even though they're not pancakes. Potato pancakes. Like, latkes are, I guess a lot of cultures do have just different versions of this thing, like latkes. So it's realizing that we're all really the same, and you know, all the different cultures just keep repeating stuff. And the last thing I want to talk about is Ostara and Imbolc and the Manasa and Samhain, and how all this pagan stuff the Wicca recognizes, there were pagan versions of all these holidays like Easter and Christmas before Christianity. Like, Christmas was just Yule, like recognition of the shortest day of the year. There's Ostara and Imbolc, May Day and spring, and honoring all these pagan gods and goddesses like Bridget, Sula, the Morrigan, Morsana, Thoth, Isis, Horus, Osiris. So yeah, on those days, like May Day, May 1st, we do things like, there's a tradition known as the maypole. So like the maypole is, just a pole that we dance around to honor like fertility and coming spring. And when Samhain is the last thing I want to talk about. Samhain, or it's spelled Samhain. So I've heard a lot of Wiccan sects call it Samhain or Samhain. It's supposed to be the time when the veil between the two worlds is thinnest. Or some people call it Samhain, so it's what Halloween originally was, like the religious version of Halloween. Samhain, Samhain. This video is already too long, so I need to go. Bye. Stay awesome and flexible, and